here I am on this break, on this rest, on this relaxation, recharging right at the time of Purim. That's the Feast of Esther. And it's just great to be out breathing air that's not Gaza air. And it's wonderful. Now, you know what I'm realizing is this whole chapter 9 in the story of Esther is the chapter that's very hard for people to look at. I mean, it talks about the Jewish people gathering together and defending themselves and having victory over the enemy on the very day that he cast the Purim, the lots, that Israel would be destroyed. That's the very day we had our victory. We gathered together, we defended ourselves, and I'm thinking about this whole victory that we're on the cusp of victory, and bring them home is what everyone's saying. By the way, this is the Galilee. So bring them home, people are saying that. But really that puts the impetus on the Israeli government. Like, we're not trying our best as soldiers. We're not trying our best to bring them home. Of course we are. And so I think, why in the world are they saying bring them home? They should say let them go to the Hamas. They're the ones holding them against their will for how many days? Almost 170 days. And so here's the thing is, bring them home is actually really, really good for the Aliyah, the Jewish people. Bring them home. God commands in Isaiah 49 verse 22 for the nations to bring them home to this promised land. And sometimes over Israel there's this dark cloud. People think, is this place just a place of war? No, it's a beautiful place. This is the Galilee. It's a beautiful place. There's like a Mandela effect. Have you heard of the Mandela effect over Israel, where people think Israel's something other than what it is? They don't think it's the promised land of God. They don't even think that the Jewish people are the same Jewish people that came out of Egypt with Moses. Go watch the movie The Ten Commandments. The term Mandela effect, which means I'll tell you what it is. In 2009, it's a paranormal researcher called Fiona Broom. She recounted her vivid memories of Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. That never happened. He never died at that time. He died much later. But it's a Mandela effect. Your brain thinks something happened that never happened. Jiffy peanut butter brand, it never existed. There's no such thing as Jiffy peanut butter. Everyone's like, I ate Jiffy peanut butter. No, it's Jif peanut butter. But it doesn't stop people from thinking that that's the reality. They think the same things over Israel, false things. I don't know how this happens, but I got to address this. You know, Fruit Loops are spelled Fruit Loops, okay? There's no hyphen in Kit Kat. It's cup noodles, not cup-o noodles. Cup of noodles. It's just cup noodles, okay? That's the actual thing. You know, the Berenstain Bears, you could see that it's not Bernstein. No, it's Berenstain. Okay, anyway, but you see that it's totally, we think it's spelled differently than it is. You know, Darth Vader, Star Wars. Many of you are Star Wars fans, I know. And so everyone says, he says, Luke, I am your father. That's what people say. That's not true. He never said, Luke, I am your father, ever. He says, no, I am your father. You can go watch it again. You see how your brain thinks things that don't really happen. It's called the Mandela effect. Okay, the Queen in the 1937 animated Snow White, the Queen never says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? She never says that. She just says, magic mirror, and she asks some questions. You know what I'm saying? So even like Monopoly, the game Monopoly. So there is this rich Uncle Pennybags, okay, in 1936 introduced. He never has a monocle on his eye. He never has a monocle, but people think he has a monocle in your brain. Maybe it's because they associate it with Mr. Peanut, who has a monocle and a top hat, you know, on the Peanuts in America. I'm just trying to say that people look at the world. Okay, what about the underwear that was really famous, Fruit of the Loom, okay? And everyone thinks that it has a horn of plenty or a cornucopia in the logo. There's no horn of plenty holding all the fruit. It's just fruit on like a blanket. And so, you see what I mean? Where you perceive things that aren't true? Smokey the Bear. There's no such thing. It's just Smokey Bear. Okay, Smokey Bear. But your brain thinks Smokey the Bear. Maybe someone made a song out of it. But when you think of Israel, I want people to think about the truth, what it is. This is a promised land, an ancient people who have returned to this promised land, fulfilling 700 promises in the Bible. It's a place that God promises to bless and bless those who bless this place. That is the fact. Don't let a false perception mess with you. God bless you this Purim, and let's see total victory happen. Don't forget to join us tomorrow for a Purim event online at the hour of 6 p.m. That's the 23rd of March, Shabbat, at the hour of 6 p.m. Israel time. Check your time zone and join us. The sons and daughters of Abraham are gathering together to celebrate. Won't you celebrate with us? Happy Purim.